Hello, Scott.
Hey, Scott Orlin with CINEMA-Magazine. New film coming your way. It's called Freaky, and I'm here with one of the freaks herself, Kathryn Newton. Congratulations. Talk a little bit about your relationship to the slasher film. I mean, even though this movie kind of has a myriad of different tones in it, did you gravitate to that growing up?
First of all, I love one of the freaks of the film because that's just like, that's great because it's so true. Um, I did. I mean, I love going to horror films with my friends. Like, that's one of my favorite things to do was going to the movie theaters. I wouldn't even know what the movie was going to be, and my friends would just scare me so bad because I am the worst. I'm the one that's like this the whole time. And, growing up like that, it's a part of like the experience as well. Like going to the movies, like I really hope people get to see Freaky with friends because first of all, I love laughing at my friends when they're scared. And then I like to be scared and I like to make fun of myself and I like to lose control. So, I mean, that's what I love about those movies. Yeah.
What were some of the ones that kind of embedded themselves in you
You know
that you
what's funny is it sounds weird to say because I was in one of them, but the Paranormal Activity franchise, we would go. Like my friends, I had like six friends and we would go to every single one at midnight every night. And so that was one of my favorite ones that I'll never forget. And then when I actually was testing on that, I watched all of them in my room with my lights off. So like this Halloween, I'm not going to probably get to be with my friends because you have to be safe but I'm still going to dress up. I'm still going to turn all the lights off and I'm probably going to watch like Scream and Halloween and Psycho and like get spooky, and that's what I'm going to do because I love Halloween. I like to be scared.
if there's one constant, Catherine, in all these movies, it centers around people who are usually in their teenage years. What do you think? Is it about the vulnerability of that age? Is it about the naivete or the fearless factor that maybe people have?
That's a really good question. Someone told me recently that when you're young, like in your 20s, that's when you get your best ideas, but maybe some of your not so good ideas as well. There's something about being young, right? There's nothing to stop you. You don't really know your limit yet. You're limitless. You still think you're going to live forever. So maybe you just take more risks and you get yourself into more trouble. Also, I'm just happy that it is this age because I'm just so happy that I got to play Millie. Without that, I wouldn't have been able to. It would have been somebody else. Also, high school, doesn't everyone kind of love high school? I'm a weirdo. I loved high school, like in that kind of way. I think it's because I was a golfer. I was like on my golf team. It was like so classic, like such a classic high school experience. And so when you see a movie like this, everybody has that shared experience if you did go to school.
Well, speaking of shared experiences, we'll just kind of follow that line of thought right now. Did you have a secret crush in high school? I don't know if you ever put a note in his
Oh my
locker.
gosh, yes. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Of course. First of all, there was this one guy. He's my friend, been friends since eighth grade. I asked him for his phone number. He told me it was $3. Okay. Okay. And there was this other guy. Oh God. I asked him to winter formal and I asked him in the most silly way. I was like, I was in my AP lit class and I was like, can you just proofread my essay for me, please? Just proofread it for me. And on the first sentence, it said, will you go to formal with me? I'm such a dork. I'm just such a dork. It's so stupid. It's fine. I got it. He said yes, and then he said, "I'm sorry, I can't go. I break out in hives, and if I'm around you, I'm gonna sweat a lot, and it'll make me break out in hives." So that didn't work out for me. But it's okay. It's okay. I went to prom with my best friend. He was a boy, so I did get at least a guy to go with me. But it's okay. It's fine. I was
The
a nerd.
film does kind of concentrate and focus a bit about the importance of friendship and how somebody's there to have your back. Whether at times they recognize you or they don't recognize you, they know at the core who you are. Do
Right.
you have that group of friends that would
Oh
go to
my-
the ends of the earth for you?
Absolutely, and I'm so lucky I do. And I think why this movie will relate to people is it doesn't matter what people tell you about yourself. Your best friend can tell you that you're the coolest, you're the hottest, you're the smartest, but growing up you don't always believe that. And Millie doesn't believe that either. She doesn't believe that she's like this strong woman yet. She's just a little girl who like has a crush but doesn't have the confidence to go after what she wants in life. It's not even about a boy. It's just growing up. And we don't all get opportunity to be somebody else, but I think a lot of people want to, when they're growing up, they want to be somebody else. They see someone, they're like, I want that. Oh, if I was like that, then I could. But the truth is you're your own superhero. And I just hope that people learn that sooner than later. And friends really help you figure that out. You know, without Millie's friends, she probably would have died. So you need a good friend.
Let's give you a moment of a leap of faith, because the concept of for 24 hours you're in another body of somebody going through. If you had to switch bodies with somebody for 24 hours, who would you want to switch with?
My dog. Yeah. I have 3 poodles. They're pretty awesome. And they just seem like the best creatures on the planet. So to be one of them for a day, I would give anything. Yes.
And but again, in this movie, you switch bodies with Vince Vaughn. Obviously, you're not playing Vince Vaughn, but were there mannerisms of his? Did you watch him, or did you guys kind of talk through certain consistencies between these two characters?
Yes. And as soon as I found out it was Vince Vaughn, I was like, am I going to have to imitate Vince Vaughn? Because nobody can be Vince Vaughn. Okay. He's Vince Vaughn. And as soon as I met him and I saw him, I was like, we were like, well, he's playing a character. He's not going to be Vince Vaughn in the movie. He's playing the butcher. And so immediately he was the butcher. And immediately I was Millie. And then we had dance rehearsal, was the first time that we met each other. And we were like doing Hail, Hail, Blissfield High. And it was so hilarious. I was like, this is going to be amazing. And he immediately started copying me. He copied my run. It was a little bit insulting because it's so silly, but it's perfect. And so there were little things, little mannerisms, little things that the butcher does that he'll do, and Millie-isms. But, you know, he's an amazing actor, and he was so funny. And like without him, it would not have been the same movie. And Millie wouldn't have been the same without him, and neither would have the butcher. So he inspired me a lot.
When you were inhabiting the persona of the butcher, your character was called upon to be a little more proactive and aggressive.
Right.
Did you enjoy that? I mean, did that kind of release something in you?
I think it did. I think I stood a little taller. I for some reason, like, your energy is different in each character. Like Millie, I was more in my head. I don't know how to explain it. I was just more in my head about it. And in the butcher, I was more in like my feet and like in my gut. And I made sure my shoes were a little tight when I was the butcher, just so I could like remember who I was. But, you know, I think that the butcher is just like a psychopath who doesn't think much or have any feelings. So you just have to like stay like laser focused. I don't know. It was pretty fun to play somebody else like that, to play. I mean, I got to use a chainsaw and like kill people. It was awesome. I'm like not cool. Like I'm really not cool in real life. And so when I finally saw little clips of Freaky, or even what they would show me of like takes and stuff, I was like, whoa, that's me. Wow, I didn't know I could do that. So I surprised myself.
But when she does get back to herself, I don't want to give too much away with the movie, she does gain a new level of confidence about herself. She is much more secure in her own skin. Looking back on your life, what was that moment for you where you all of a sudden accepted, Kathryn's a good person. I'm good at this.
That's pretty great. It was actually, I was in a match. I was in a high school match, and I was going birdie, 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 birdie. I had never done that before, and I know this is weird because I'm talking about golf, but I learned how to win. I figured it out. It had nothing to do with anybody else. It had nothing to do with my outfit or what I looked like. It was simply because I knew I could do it, and I did it. Like I was like, I know I can do this. I know I can win. So I just did it. And once I figured out how to win, I don't know, that helped me a lot. That's so silly, but that's the truth.
So
Just
like, a fun question for you. If you could play a round of golf with anybody, who would you want to play a round of golf with?
I would love to play a round of golf with Vince. I would love to go play with Vince. We never got to, so it would be fun. Maybe we'll do that one day.
Well, I was thinking you were going to say Tiger Woods or Rory McIlroy.
No, I know, you're right. I should probably pick an actual golfer. I mean, I've gotten to follow Tiger a couple times, and I got to play with there's this really great golfer named Doc Redman. He just won like the USAM like a year ago, and he's a rookie on tour, and he's killing it. And I don't know. Justin Thomas, we just did the Ralph Lauren campaign together. That was probably one of the highlights of my life. Nobody understands, but I'm like such a big fan of his. I was trying to be cool the whole time. He said my swing is good. It's a pretty big deal.
Your swing's always been good. Kathryn, stay freaky even during this crazy, insane time.
Thank
So much.
you.
This is Scott Orlin. Until next time.
Bye, Scott.